Chains rattle broken, now we rise. Flag in my hand, stars burn the skies. Truth ain't dead, though the liars try. They scream loud, but the words all die. Guys watching hands, praise to the throne. Freedom ain't free, blood built this home. Continue freedom, keep it alive. Red, white, blue, we bleed to survive. God bless the brave who fight and strive. Continue freedom, keep it alive. Land of the free, ain't bending the knee. Truth in my veins, it's all I see. Patriots roar, no fear in the fight. Continue freedom, stand in the light.
Okay, we're live. We're rocking on all 8 cylinders. Today is actually going to be a bit of a different show. Let me make sure, everything's looking good seems to be over on Rumble. So this is a different show than normal. By the way, if you're here and you've never been here before, hit all those free buttons below. It really helps us. And if you don't hit the subscribe button, like button, and notification bell, a puppy might die or something terrible might happen. So we're going to, was originally going to be on a separate podcast tonight, and it kind of fell through. So I thought, well, I still want to do a show tonight, but what can I, what should I do? And this stuff fills my feed, and I thought I would share it with you guys because I get such a kick out of it. I've got a boatload of clips around some of the political stuff that's going on now, but it's just crazy leftists. And I think it's important that we look at it first off to get a bit of a chuckle. And you might feel sad for some of these people because it is a mental health crisis. But I get the memes and the videos all the time, and I thought this might make a decent show. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens from here. But before we get started, we are right around the corner. Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. And this one actually popped up right before the show. So I'm going to play this one. It's not part of the planned programming because I literally saw it 2 seconds before the show. But these kind of wrap up my thoughts about Valentine's Day. My wife doesn't watch my show, so I can say this.
If they honestly admitted the way they really feel, Valentine's Day is just no good.
Well, how do you know that?
I went around and I asked all my male co-workers in this building what they thought of Valentine's Day. Here it is. What do you think of Valentine's Day?
It's for the girls.
I hate it. I can't stand it.
It's dumb.
I think it's overrated.
I think that it is a woman's attempt to get more gifts.
Colossal waste of time and money.
I don't look forward to it. I don't dread it. It's just kind of there.
Yeah.
It's kind of there.
It's just kind of there,
Yeah.
like that paperweight.
Exactly, like the paperweight.
What's the best gift you've ever received?
I've never gotten any gift for Valentine's Day.
Chocolate, maybe, dinner.
Food.
Usually a card. I get a card.
It's about $3.
Well, no, she shops at BJ's, so they're cheaper there. They're like $1.50.
I don't believe I ever really received a really nice gift.
This is really weird, but I got one of those like hearts that look like the chocolate boxes, but inside was beef jerky. Yes, so it was a jerky heart.
My wife will always say, I don't want anything. Don't get me anything. I'll be mad if you get something. Don't spend any money.
I don't even get my wife anything because I think it's the worst holiday ever made up.
But if I don't get anything, it'll come up.
I don't really like sending cards or getting them, but I like making out.
It's all a charade because they all say, we don't want anything. It's stupid, but don't get something and you know what's going to happen. 6 months from now, it'll come up.
What do you think of Valentine's Day?
I think it's bull.
Oh man, what do you all think? Let me know, let me know down in the chat. Look, it's good to show your wife that you love her. That's fine, you pick a day. But man, it's such a Hallmark holiday. Oh, it's crazy. All right. Maybe that was a bad one to start on. I don't know. All right, let's get into the first couple. I was going to play Trump too. He had a really funny clip talking about the U.S. buying a bunch of Abrams tanks, and he said they were named after Stacey Abrams. You guys can find that one on X. Let's go ahead and get into some liberal freakouts because, on a serious note, a lot of this, Let's see. We never do anything. Okay, Ben says he doesn't do anything for Valentine's Day. Again, do you hear about it, Ben? Down in the chat. You guys let me know. Ladies, if you all are watching, do you get mad at your husbands when they don't get to do something for Valentine's Day? Be honest. Be honest. Okay, so some of these crash outs, I get a kick out of them. And I'm going to play a few, and then we'll talk about them. But there's so many. This is why when people say, "Oh, it's just it's not an epidemic. This is just a limit. This is limited to the TikTok culture." Incorrect. There are so many. You want to say mentally defective folks, but they've succumbed to TikTok brain and all that kind of stuff. Listen to these.
How are these people still running this country? Our leaders are pedophiles. They enjoy raping children. What are we doing?
I figure that a person like this is kind of this is how I see a lot of Candace Owens supporters, kind of much that same. And when, they talk about the Epstein stuff, and it's like, you can't generalize every leader of our country being that. That's just stupid. Some of them are just ignorant people that they're leading the country. There's a lot of idiots. We're going to play quite a few of them today. But here's another one. Let's. Oh, and by the way, this show is going to be rated R. So if your kids are around, put your headphones on. That sort of thing. I usually try to keep it PG. Not going to be the case today.
I didn't touch you, man. Not that long ago, and I can't stand another man touching me. Well, no one did that. Is this a prank? I can't. He won't go away. He needs to go away. He's the fucking problem. I need to leave? No, just welcome. I still got. Okay. She threw some of my stuff. Okay. Where's your stuff? Hell if I know. I'm so sorry. You're not sorry. She wasn't sorry when she cut in line and then screamed. I didn't see you. To make it. I just asked her if she saw anyone in line. Just fucking leave. Just go. That's an adult. You're making it loud.
Oh my goodness. It's like childish temper tantrums. What drives people to get to this point of delusion? Of golly, it's sometimes it's like, okay, it's too much. So those were the two biggest crash outs. But, I think about it, the TikTok brain is real. And this whole, play into the victim mentality and, everything is a trauma to them. Like just life in general is a trauma to these people. But I say it jokingly. This is why Ben says, this is why I can never be liberal. They're always so emotional and angry. Yes. 100%. And, I've got to play this one. I've said for a long time that I think a lot of these liberals, they're going to kind of take care of themselves in that they're basically going to breed themselves out of existence. And the way I say is a lot of them are just going to be alone for the rest of their lives. Here's a lady. Look, she makes points about men, what a man is that she's supposed to want, because you look at the mentally deranged folks and you think, how are you ever going to find somebody to, be with you for the rest of your life? And most of them won't. But if they do, it's going to be, one of these beta males, which I think I've got some clips of them today as well. They're going to find these beta males who are, it's almost like is it not sadist, it's masochist, where they want to be with people who hate them. They relish the fact that their woman hates them. And some of it has to do with our culture, because the everybody loves Raymond effect is very real. The TV shows now show men as these, blubbering morons. And, they a lot of these beta males kind of buy into that sort of narrative. But listen to this.
These are my 2026 dating rules. If you have kids or you want kids, you're cut. If you tie your shoelaces with 2 loops, you're cut.
That is oddly specific. If you tie your shoelaces with 2 loops, you're cut. This is her saying what she's wanting to marry.
If you're a crypto bro, cut. If you
a rich guy
can't read out loud, cut. If you're a sloppy drunk, cut.
Okay, fair.
If you say espresso, cut.
Fair.
If you live at your parents' house still.
Well, that's a gimme. If you live at your parents' house, you got other problems, right?
If you don't floss, cut. If you wear a sports jersey with another man's name on your back, you're done.
Well, then that leaves out anybody in Pittsburgh, Green Bay. I mean, you're kind of limiting a lot of NFL cities, some of the big hockey cities. All right, fine.
If you haven't gone to therapy, done.
Look, maybe somebody's out there going to therapy. I saw a thing about they were interviewing psychiatrists in front of some psychiatry convention, and they said, "How many people have you actually cured?" And none of them had cured anybody, right? And that's kind of their thing. Is it's drawing out the problem, it's making it last a little bit longer. But to say that if you haven't been to therapy, like you're so grounded and able to deal with the stress of your life, now you're an unmarriable person. Like, okay, this is why leftists are going to be alone forever.
If you watch the news a lot, you're cut. If you can't regulate your own emotions, cut.
Okay, that's fair.
If you can't lead me in an airport, cut.
Why an airport? A man's supposed to be a leader no matter what. But why an airport? If you can't lead me in an airport, you're too inept to walk yourself through an airport? I mean,
if you don't like pineapple on pizza, you're cut. If you don't work out, cut. If you have a nicotine addiction, cut. And to go with that, if you're on that Coke diet and not the one you drink, cut.
That's reasonable.
If you play video games, you're fucking cut. If you can't build a fire and keep it going outside, cut.
That's reasonable.
If you haven't solo traveled, cut.
Well, that doesn't matter.
If you breathe with your mouth open, cut. If you can't build an IKEA dresser, you're cut. And if you can't back up a trailer.
That's a pretty good one. I was surprised by that one. If you can't back up a trailer, not saying that your manhood is tied to being able to back up a trailer, but some of these are oddly, specific, and it kind of makes me wonder if it's satire or if she's being serious. Like, is she just joking around here, or is that serious? But I say it to say that the list of what these women want is, generally speaking, not in line with the general, like, your average masculine male. Like, backing a trailer, I can back a trailer. My dad taught me to back a trailer when I was a kid. And in fact, he did it in the worst possible way. He was a farm machinery dealer. And so I was young, I could barely reach the pedals. And he said, "Back that trailer in there, boy." And I said, "Yes, sir." And it took me like 3 hours to do it. I did it. But yeah, he was just teaching me how to do it. I think it was at my granddaddy's farm when we were doing it. Anyway, let's see. She sounds like 5 good points in there. Nothing else, though. Yeah, you're right, Ben. She made a couple of good points. So you got to give credit where credit is due. Oh, they're going to be alone. Part of you wants to feel for them. You're like, you poor ladies. But it's not just that. It's this is from an informed standpoint, right? Or how informed these people are. Let me make sure I've got the right clip here. X. Well, come on. X is hit or miss sometimes as far as giving me the clips that I want it to give me. Come on. Do your job. Let me close down some of these windows. May have got too much stuff open. Come on, X. Play the video. Do as I command you. Here we go. All right. This is, here we go. Yeah, let's just play it and then I'll shut up.
Well, I'm a little bit more educated than you think.
Let's do it. When does life begin? When does life begin?
I'm an atheist. Sorry, I don't talk about.
You just said you're educated on it. So when does life begin? Secular. You don't have to be Christian. When does life begin? You can search it up right now, all you guys. When does life begin scientifically? It says fertilization. I thought you'd know that if you studied this, man. Like, come on.
When you were born, life. Yeah.
When you were born, life. So this is very important, guys. If I'm a murderer and I pregnant woman, I get charged with double homicide. But it's when you're born. He just said it's when you're born, though, right? How come? Why is that? That's a good point. I'll change your mind.
Liberal women, this is part of the problem, that they hear the news outlets. News says thing, and they just run with the thing that the news said. They don't take the time to look deep into it and really try to understand that if you listen to Kristen Hawkins, who's a really good, pro-life spokesperson, her and Abby Johnson, and there's a lot of them out there. They'll walk you through the nitnoid details of why they consider life to be life. But the left, who is given these long lists, is obsessed with abortion, but can't define why they're obsessed with these things, right? It kind of boggles the mind, if I'm being honest. But as long as abortion continues in a lot of these states, their birth rates are going to continue to decline. I'm not saying that's a justification because it's something that needs to be outlawed all around. But they have some other twisted opinions here. Let's listen to this one. This was actually an old clip. You guys may have already seen this one, but I'm going to play it anyways. Hey, Future, what's up? That lady with the list is going to be single for a while. Yeah, you are 100% right. Oh, yeah, the lady with the list. Yeah, bless their hearts. You got it. That's what we say down here in the South. Oh, bless your heart. Here you go. Check this one out. If this is a replay, I apologize.
I think a 12-year-old should be able to get a tattoo.
I'm going to say no.
Probably not.
No. It's probably too young to make decisions.
It's a pretty permanent decision.
They can't make the decision for themselves yet. It's something permanent on their body.
Do you think a 12-year-old should be able to consent to puberty blockers?
Yes.
Yes.
And I understand how that sounds really hypocritical.
Yes, it's a permanent change on their body, but I think that at that point in their life, they probably know who they are, who they want to be.
And you think so at 12 years old?
Yeah.
I mean, what in the world? This is who we're arguing against. Is people who say tattoos? Absolutely not. It's horrible. It's permanent. But when it comes to puberty blockers and all that good stuff, yeah, sure, why not? And you might be asking yourself why. Like, I think you guys probably know, but I try to you guys know this. I kind of pitch this show as, I've got a great audience, and you guys are well informed. You're staying up to date with what's going on in the world. Some people who stop in, they might not, and they're just curious. But at the end of the day, we have to be able to explain to other people why people think this way. We have to give the why. The left never bothers to give the why. Why do you believe that a kid that is, however many inches, between the womb and, through the birth canal, and all of a sudden they come out magically, they're a human being, but they're just a clump of cells up until that last point. We can explain the why. They can't explain the why, but we kind of have to wonder, why in the world would people believe these things? What's driving them to take on this liberal point of view and just run with it without asking any of the questions? Because we have a headline culture, and where a lot of people, this is some stats about Apple News. And if you've ever used the Apple News app, it's complete garbage. It's absolute trash. They are going to push left-wing slop right to the front of your news feed, and this is all that people will get. So this was saying that 140 million people use Apple News every month. They researched 600 featured articles on Apple News. All of them were left-leaning. So when people go for the quick and easy access to news, which is what you get with the Apple News app, it's pushing left-wing slop. And the same thing is going on in Google. I searched Google. I use Google all the time, and somebody will say something. I will search it on Google. I've got to page 6 my information, because everything that's getting fed up front is left-wing slop. Like, that's what they shove to the front of the algorithm. And it's interesting because one of the news outlets that was pushed to the front a whole lot. Hey, KC, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. A lot of what was I saying? I completely lost my train of thought. Yeah. So anyway, it's left-wing stuff that gets thrown to the front of the newsfeed. Oh, I know what I was going to say is that CBS is still kind of in the algorithm, but CBS, since it's been taken over by Barry Weiss, is doing a little bit better. But 96 consecutive days, this says, with no conservative stories featured in the Apple News app. We are being lied to and manipulated on a loop. And people who don't look deeper than the initial Google search, or who won't, try to find what the Federalist says about it, or what Epoch Times says about it, or, other Fox News, I guess, it's kind of uniparty-ish, I suppose. But, that people who don't do that and they just take it at face value, they're the ones that become these indoctrinated people that we're looking at. And this one was, golly, this is wild. I don't think this will actually happen, but this is how, this was some left-winger saying that they had plans for joining ICE. Check this out. Oh, it's weird.
What's up, guys? I just applied to be an ICE agent, and my plan is that any information I get on ICE raids, I'm going to report back to the Mexican community and, just try to help you guys out. Also, every time a Mexican gets deported, I'm sneaking 2 Mexicans back into the United States. I'm just here to help. Jeez. That's my plan. I will update you guys along the way. Thank you.
And that's called a felony. He's different. Well, he ain't going to pass the background check if his TikTok account is filled with this kind of slop. But hey, I'm just going to become an ICE agent, and I'm going to help aid and abet the criminals of our country, the people violating our laws. Wow. Puberty blockers are a disaster. Eric Smith, let's see. The results have already had horrible outcomes since the transgenders. Yep. Oh, you are 100% right. Yep. And it's permanent. This is the thing. It's permanent. It's permanent sterilization. Now, I talked about it not too long ago, and you guys probably heard, but the lawsuit, there's now, last number I heard was 25 different lawsuits that are going on in the country. That was the high number around puberty blockers and things like that. And one of them was already awarded. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was like $2.5 million that was awarded. Let's see. It was in the Post Millennial, I believe, which is another great outlet if you want some written media. They do some great stuff that's video content, podcasts, all that stuff. Transgender lawsuit. Let's see if I can find it. So court cases, transgender rights. I'm pretty sure it was Post Millennial, but anyway, it was a multi-million-dollar lawsuit that was won. And this is going to drive, when it comes to the transing of the kids, this is going to drive massive change, because the only reason that the medical establishment has been willing to do these transgender surgeries is because there was a massive amount of money into it. They were turning kids into lifelong patients, and you're getting them early, and then you're taking them all the way through adulthood and into forever. I think it was about $1.5 million, $2 million. That was one of the estimates I had seen. Don't quote me on that one, but it was something astronomical that they were going to spend on permanent medical care. So yeah, they're trying to turn them into lengthy patients. But back to the ICE piece of this, you guys have heard recently that the voter ID, so the SAVE Act, is something that the Democrats are absolutely flipping out about. But this has been going on for a while. And I referenced the video yesterday. So it's a little bit older video, but listen to this. This is Ami Horowitz, and he was doing interviews in, I think, New York, where they were talking about this stuff. So check this out.
Voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far as say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely. Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
You can always get IDs if you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an internet service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that's harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data.
For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or they're not informed. I also think there's a repression of black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, you're not allowed to vote and everything. And
this is making an assumption, by the way, that black people can't get access to the internet, that they're all felons, that they can't. I mean, this is so insulting.
When you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the African Americans.
Now I'm here in East Harlem to ask black people their thoughts on what you just heard. Do you have ID normally? You carry ID around?
Yes, I have state ID.
Do you carry ID?
Yes, I do.
Do you know any black person who doesn't carry ID?
No. Everyone that I know has an ID. Why would they think we don't have ID?
That's a lie. Why would they say that?
Do you have ID?
Yes.
Because I have my ID and my friends have their ID, so we know what we need to carry around.
Yeah, everybody that I know have ID. That's one of the things you need to walk around with New York with, ID.
Do you know any black adult who does not have ID?
No, I don't.
Is it a weird thing to even say that?
Yes, it is.
What is this, some type of trick candy camera?
I know, right? That's the only thing I brought with me.
Those are legit IDs. I heard a lot also that black people can't figure out how to get to the DMV.
Really?
What does that say to you?
I know it's on 25th Street.
Do you know where the DMV is around you?
It's on 125th Street and 3rd Avenue, I believe.
You know how to get there?
Yeah.
Did you have a problem getting there if you had to get there?
No.
I know these sound like silly questions. You know how to get to the DMV?
Of course.
You know where it is?
Yes.
You can get there?
Uh-huh.
No problem.
No problem.
Just checking.
Okay.
And I also heard a lot that black people, especially poor black people, have no access to the internet, can't figure out how to use the internet.
That's just stupidity, honestly. Everybody has access to the internet. Even a little kid can figure out how to work the internet.
You know, and it's funny. It's so insulting. Like, it really is. When you listen to it, it's mind numbing that they would try to say, oh yeah, you can't. And, you know, I played the clip yesterday of Senator John Kennedy, who was talking about the amount of benefits that we give to people that are in, you know, lower, whatever their lower economic status. And it's, you know, somebody making $11,000 a year, which is, I mean, that's a small amount of money, can get access to $65,000 worth of benefits. It's really crazy. And then they say, oh, they don't have access to these things. And when you talk to them, as Ami Horowitz was here, they think that's insulting. This is why a lot of them are starting to vote Republican. They realize that the left they're the same. Look, they're the same people that they were 100 years ago. Let's be perfectly honest. This whole pitch about the left and right switching places, that ain't a thing. But they do it to women too. You know, this was the latest bit. I'm going to play this one, and then I've got several other clips I'm going to show. They're saying that women, it's not just, you know, people of color or whatever the word you're supposed to use now is. It's also women. Women are too stupid to vote or to find ways to vote. Let me pull this one down. Go to the next clip. Here we go.
3 million married women in this country have changed their last name, but their birth certificates don't reflect that. In Michigan's 3rd district alone, 160,000 women could find themselves unable to register simply because when they got married, they didn't change both their ID and their birth certificate. 160,000 women in my district alone. Nearly.
Ladies, I've got ladies in the comment. Do you have the ability to change your name, to do simple paperwork? Yes, I think you do. But the left would have you believe, no, absolutely not. That's ludicrous. And, you know, who was the congresswoman? Let's see. This was, I forget which clip this was. I'll play it in a second. The congresswoman who was, she was approached about about the African Americans, you know, where they were saying, oh, that, you know, the black community doesn't have access to this and the voter ID and it's disenfranchisement and it's Jim Crow South, And the reporter actually approached her and said, you realize that 78% of the black community actually want voter ID, right? And she said, what? Those numbers? I don't believe that. I don't believe the numbers because the numbers don't follow my narrative.
Bring them in. I love illegal immigration. Bring them more. More people in my house. I don't care.
Are you open to housing illegal immigrants?
I cannot confirm or deny any statements.
I can't confirm or deny.
Can I have your contact info?
No.
Just so I can house my friends with you.
No.
Because you said you wanted to house illegal immigrants.
No. You are annoying me. I don't want to talk to you. No. That's not a survey. That's not statistical analysis at all.
It is because it's telling me what you think, and what you think I can use for my statistical analysis.
That's not how what?
That one might have been staged. You guys let me know down in the comments. Do you think that one was staged? It could be satire. I don't know. It's not out of the realm of possibility. We've seen some pretty crazy stuff. In fact, this is an old one that I've played on this show before. And oh no, this wasn't the one from previous shows. This is just one here a couple of days ago from Caitlin Bennett.
I don't know.
Okay, so as a female, I shouldn't have voted for Trump?
Nobody should vote for Trump, but
as a female,
you should vote for Trump.
Why bring me being a female into it?
He's a rapist.
Okay. But what does that have to do with me being a female? So number one, what's the proof that he's a rapist?
E. Jean Carroll and the court decision. He's been decided by a court to be a rapist.
What court?
I don't remember what it was, but the victim.
A court decided that he was a rapist.
The victim.
I'm sorry, Future. I just saw your comment and about that previous clip. Why is she chewing that gum like she's a bovine? Oh, that's funny. I like it.
His name was E. Jean Carroll, and I'd have to look up what court it was, but I'm reasonably sure it's somewhere in New York State.
Okay, so you don't even know all the information about this, yet you're running around saying that he's a rapist. Do men ever get falsely accused of being a rapist?
Sure.
Okay.
Do they get necessarily all the way through court and a judge and a jury?
So the jury decided that he was guilty of rape.
Yeah.
Really?
That's how a
Okay,
court
what was
works.
his punishment?
I believe it was a fine that he has yet to pay.
So he had to pay a fine for raping someone? Donald Trump only had to pay a fine for a jury deciding in a trial that he raped a woman.
And then they walk off. Wow. I mean, if they want to make a case, let's think about this in a different way. If the left is going to say that there's a certain number of people who are going to be disenfranchised because they can't find an ID. They're too dumb to figure out how to get a valid ID like every other American citizen. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that kind of disenfranchisement, because if you're not capable of getting access to a state-issued ID, if you are incapable of walking down to some clerk's office to fill out a couple of pieces of paper, it might be okay if you don't vote. I think it might be better for the country at large if you can't. I mean, think of it that way. That's an even lower bar than, that's a pretty low bar. So yeah, I'm okay with that. If you're incapable of doing that, I'm totally fine with it. Oh my gosh. Wow. Let's see. This one was, which one was it? I think this is the clip I really wanted to show. No, that wasn't it. There was one, it was an older, let me see if I can find it. Where, oh yeah, here we go. This is an older clip, but still worthwhile. Shows the emotional instability of these people. And look, you guys have probably seen this, but you can find thousands of these clips. This is kind of the norm with the most vocal side of the left.
We don't have to. Hey.
Break my heart.
Why do you get so emotional though? Stop. Let's just have a conversation.
We need to weed out political affiliation.
Ma'am.
It's free speech.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we're talking. It's good. All good.
You want to give your thoughts? It's just a U.S. flag with the hunter stuff. It's a hunter's hat. It's no political. I promise.
It looks political.
It's not political. I promise. This is just a brand.
Why are you wearing it then? Because it's cold.
So it's Cabela's. You never heard of Cabela's?
Oh yes, I've heard.
Yeah. So like this.
I've also seen the flag used in ways that's very disrespectful.
Okay.
And my parents were both in World War II.
I can see that.
I think it's a symbol, and I think that you're trying to make a statement.
I promise you I'm not. I got this as a gift.
Oh, honey.
I promise you.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Let me see what's even on here.
Oh, you're so innocent.
Yeah, I mean, it's got geese and elk. I mean, this is what Oregon's about. It's kind of like an Oregonian thing. You don't like that?
You're so innocent.
Come
on, give me a break. Hold on.
You act like
You
act like I have Trump's face on here or something. This is just a hunting thing.
You're so innocent.
Jeez.
Honey, come on, give me a break. Pretend I'm your
I
mama.
know.
Pretend I'm your mama.
Okay, I will. My mom died last year, so I would love that.
I am so sorry. That's
You really
a
think
story too.
You really think this is like I'm trying to like be malice out here?
Tell
Like
me what you think of Elon
like
Musk.
I have bad intentions with this hat?
No, tell me what you. I think Elon Musk has bad intentions.
We can't talk about Elon until
and
we
you
get
just
over this
said that.
because you're like thinking I'm out here trying to.
Elon Musk has bad intentions. Thank you. I totally agree. Have a great day.
You know what? Elon Musk should be president in 2028. What do you think about that?
I think that Elon Musk has no skills and no ability.
Well, he's the richest man in the world, so he's got.
He's sending rockets to the moon. Oh my goodness.
Some skills. Right?
That's so funny.
He cheats, he lies, he steals, and he bought a presidency. He has done nothing original other than to create things off of other people's ideas.
You think that Elon Musk is
Honey,
Tesla and SpaceX? Hold on, we don't have to. Hey.
Break my heart.
Why do you get so emotional though? Stop. Let's just have a conversation. I want to hear what you think, man.
Hold on, I have a.
Hey, ma'am.
Oh, your mama died last year.
Ma'am.
Sorry.
Ma'am, it's okay.
Have a good day.
Listen, ma'am, if you're that upset though.
Don't call me ma'am.
Okay.
Don't call me ma'am.
Sir.
Call me sweetheart.
Sweetheart. Okay, whatever you want to be called. Whatever you want to be called. Why are you so upset? Why are you letting politics get you so upset? Like, don't you see that we're just human beings? Seriously. You think completely different from me. I don't think ill of you. You've treated me so disrespectfully right here, and I still don't think less of you.
Don't point your finger.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You did certainly mean that.
No, I didn't mean that.
Elon Trump.
Whoa. Oh my goodness, my phone ringing. Sorry about that.
Trump. Elon Musk Trump to
So
be
just
the
because I
president.
have certain political beliefs, you think you're going to treat me like that, is what you're
Yes,
saying?
yes.
Okay, that's insane.
Oh, it's so cringe, but it's kind of like I don't know what to compare it to. It's like you start watching them and you just can't stop. Maybe I'm a glutton for my own punishment. Yeah, Ben, I still have to put that one up again. Sir, blink twice if you need to be rescued from your crazy wife. Oh, wow. What else have we got? My dad want to go sit there. Yeah, step away, honey. Get out of here. Wow. Yeah, and then this one, Ben, talking about no skills. Yeah, the guy's sending rockets to the moon. He's the first one who's built a successful electric car company. Think what you want about electric cars. He's built the able to rapidly produce rockets and land them on end out in the ocean on drone ships. Yeah, but he has no skills. My goodness. Whew. Oh, let's see. This is one, and I know I'm bouncing around, but that's kind of how I put this together. Like I say, just interesting clips that speak to the leftist mind virus. This is, let's see. This one was posted by, I think it's Thomas Sowell Quotes. Let me see. Yeah, so it's Thomas Sowell Quotes account. And she's saying that a woman says she's losing her house because of Trump supporters. Well, I have a little bit of commentary on this one. Let's play it. Are you guys cringing on this yet? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up down in the chat if you are. Yeah, he's the real, you're right. Talking about Elon Musk, he's the real life Tony Stark. That's a good way to put it. It does seem that way. There's some kind of testosterone problem with that. Well, okay, y'all are making some good points. I'm just going to go ahead and jump in here with them. There's some kind of testosterone problem in our society. It's like there's so much estrogen, it causes the women bodies to produce testosterone. Yeah, well, I think it's in the food that we eat and a lot of other stuff that we're being basically drugged by the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry. And a lot of these folks on the left are, they're aside from getting testosterone and estrogen injected into their bodies, they're on SSRIs and other things that's rewiring their brain chemistry. Like, it's wild. It's really wild. But listen to this one. This is interesting.
In 2 years, I'm going to lose my housing. All because the guidelines for Section 8 have changed since you-know-who got into office. They're saying that if you have a child that is school-aged, meaning if you don't have to stay home with your child, you have to be able to obtain employment, have a full-time job, and you cannot be on Section 8 past 2 years unless you have a disability. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? God forbid I have the stress of being a single mother, right? I have to depend on the government to help pave my way because it's really hard raising a child on your own when the government is pretty much your baby daddy, you know? You know you're going to get that check every single month. You know it's going to hit every single month, so you don't have to stress about it. And now, in 2 years, I'm not going to be able to use the government assistance that I need.
Here's my thought on this, and you guys let me know what you think. But no, there's certain things. There's choice. There's your capacity to do things. I'm of the mindset, I like the old school way of, a man being able to provide for the wife and the family and, the traditional household. If a woman wants to do work, fine. I don't have any problem with that. But it ultimately comes down to the man who is supposed to be responsible. That's the way the Lord built us to be. But this woman has made certain choices that have put her into the government being, as she says, the government being her baby daddy, and that she wants to stay home with her kids. And if her kids are at school, she just wants to be at home. At a certain point, where are we responsible for that? You know what I'm saying? No one told her to have sex with guys that were going to leave her. Sometimes it's, I get it, could be out of somebody's control, but at the end of the day, you have multiple kids, presumably by multiple men, or at least by a man who wasn't going to stay around, and you're complaining because you've got school, you've got access to free daycare, you've got access to all of these other things that the government will provide that you can that are subsidized by your local, state, federal government on up the chain. And she's mad because, well, I'm capable of working, but I don't want to work, and the taxpayer should pick up the bill, and so I'm the benefit. I'm being screwed over by the Trump administration, who says, "Well, my kids are at school, and because they're at school, I can go get a job." Well, yeah, you kind of should. She's complaining about having to go work. Now, if she had put herself in a situation to be in a traditional relationship, then this would be a non-issue. But there's certain women, by the way, that and this is what's fascinating. A lot of women out here, conservatives, liberals, there's a big wake up of women, and let me play this clip. I think this is the right one. Let me play this here.
Okay, I'm going to make this quick because I have to go into a meeting. I have 3 meetings today. I have been in the corporate life for almost half my life. For context, I'm 40 years old. I have 2 children who are 11 and 7. And I fell for it. I fell for this thing where, go to college, get your degree. If you want to have kids, you can do it all. You can have a career, you can have kids, you can just do everything. Well, I don't want to do everything. I don't want to do that anymore. I fell for that shit. Do not fall for it. Do not fall for that shit. I want to take my kids to school. I want to pick them up from school. I want to be there when they get home. I want to chaperone for them, volunteer at school. I just want to go to the gym, clean my house, do laundry, go to the grocery store, and just be home. So do me a favor. Do not fall for that shit, because it is not worth it. It's a joke. It's a joke. Don't do it. Be home, find a way to be home, be with your family, be with your kids. Just, it's not worth it.
I've seen so many videos of women saying this. This is online. If you watch like the Whatever podcast, they had a lady who, she was talking about her relationship with her husband and all this. And what they've done, what the government has done, is put us in a situation where it's nearly impossible for a single income household to exist. Now, depending on our expectations for how we're supposed to live, that can, you can reduce your standard of living a bit and still be happy and still have a traditional household. But we've been telling women that, it's supposed to, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go do PowerPoints for some corporate organization. And, that's your ultimate meaning in life. And this is what has led to the decline in our population. Like, I'm just being honest. This is what's happened. The feminist movement has done that. And look, I'm of the mindset, I have a very, very independent wife. I have a very, very hardworking wife. And that's just how she was raised, and that's what she's going to do. There's people who are going to do it, but we've made it impossible for a family, or not entirely possible, we've made it incredibly difficult for families to live these traditional lives because of the cost of living, because of inflation, because of, crappy government spending. You now have women who are finding out later in life that, this is just what I want. I want to be I was created to be a mother, a protector, for my kids, to rear the children, and like, they can't do it. And it's kind of heartbreaking, but I find it interesting that more people are becoming vocal about this, and they're coming out and saying it online, much to the chagrin of the feminists. You guys tell me what you think down in the comments. Let's see. This is sad. So many women like this. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Future trigger warning. There, got it. Let's see. So, there you go. This was not about this woman. This is about the previous one. We were talking about that lady who doesn't have a man around. Yeah, I mean, some people, they say you're the average of the top 5 people that you hang around. And I'm not going to discount people that are brought up in difficult circumstances, but if you've got the solidarity of family and all of that, that's a strong thing that really helps prevent people from being in that situation. I think it might have been PragerU or somebody. Anyway, they were talking about the guaranteed ways to stay out of, to basically live a middle-class life. And it's not getting pregnant before you're married, finishing your school, and I forget what the third one was. So there's certain criteria that we know statistically people won't end up in that situation. But on one hand, you've got the woman who's saying, well, I just want to stay home. I don't want to work. I don't want to do the job. I'm a single mom, and I have no interest in doing those things. And then you've got the inverse of that, which is the single mom who is working multiple jobs to take care of her kids and isn't using the government as her baby daddy. And then you've got, on the third wave, this woman who said, I did this corporate thing. I'm 40 years old. I've done this corporate thing my whole life, and all I want to do is not have to do it anymore. And it's like, I don't know. It frustrates me that the cost to have a dadgum house. I mean, it's crazy. So, okay, let's see. Let's move on to the next one. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is in Virginia. So I knew this day was coming. I knew the day was coming where we were going to start getting these thirst trap politicians, and this is what I see this as. It's what's popular to see on the internet. If you workout videos and all of this kind of stuff. This is a woman running for office in Virginia. Yes, a Democrat in Virginia. Let me pull this up here. This is straight up thirst trap content for politics. And this is how our society is devolving. Here we go. This is her campaign video.
I'm the youngest mom to have ever served. And I'm not telling you that to brag. It's because it's ridiculous. I mean, do you know the youngest dad to have ever served? Yeah, exactly. Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm a former tank commander in the United States Army, and I'm a 29-year-old mom raising 4 young kids. My oldest actually turns 5 today. Some of them I grew myself, and others I have the privilege of being their foster mom. So
here's the point that I'm going to make about this. Is there a need for a woman to wear booty shorts for a politics ad? No. Nope, there's not. So a fit Democrat in short shorts, insanely tight short shorts, this is straight up thirst trap content. Now you might say, oh, it's just a woman working out. This is all entirely unnecessary, but this is what is needed for them to get, I guess, the male vote, the leftist
I'm
male
running
vote.
for Congress in Virginia to flip the seat blue from an out-of-touch man who's held it for over 20 years. He doesn't know what life is like for us. I do. Sure, I could come on here and I could read off my professional resume full of big titles and degrees, but you know the saying, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. And my lived experience matters just as much as what's on my professional resume. Because I know daycare is unaffordable. I know buying a house is so far down the American dream, most of us will never see it. I am living this.
Do you guys think this is, I mean, am I reading too much into this? Let me know down in the comments. Yeah, she's out here doing a commercial in her drawers. That's exactly what she's doing. She's wearing her drawers. That's an interesting take, Casey. So, yes, you are correct here. Being a single mom is rough work, but it can be done if your priorities are in place. Yes. And then you said, honestly, unpopular opinion, but women are, this is an interesting take here, Casey. I'm going to put this one up here. So, but women are too hormonal to hold places in politics. I think it's super rare to find a woman mentally prepared for that role. That's an interesting take. I think there, and I most certainly think that there are women that can do it, but we're just different and we approach problems differently. So I don't necessarily think it's a terrible thing, but that is an unpopular opinion. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Yeah. She says, my opinion, don't come at me. No, nobody's coming at you. Everybody's got different opinions on all this stuff. I think that back to your original point here, that, yeah, it's the priorities. It's, we have social safety nets, and social safety nets exist for a good reason for some people. But then you have the people who simply take advantage of the social safety net and say that they want the government to be their baby daddy. That's the wrong stance. All government assistance is supposed to be temporary until you can find your way out of whatever situation you have to be in. So, yeah, if you have your priorities in place, which is if you're a mom, the priorities of the kids, if you're a mom or a father or whatever. And the point was made here a little while ago, and I think it might have been Future that was asking, like, yeah, is the dad even paying child support for that sort of thing? Let's see. Heat waves are too. Let's see. I wanted you, especially once you hit the one of those things. We've got some ladies in the comment chopping it up here on this. Oh man, that's funny. Let's see. Sounds like you had a good mama. Yeah, she's the best. Let's see. My mom raised me and my two brothers alone for about 10 years. She worked 3 jobs. There you go. There you go. See, and that's what I'm talking about. There's circumstances that it's necessary for people to escape the circumstances, and you find yourself in a difficult situation, and that's why we have a social safety net. So she worked 3 jobs. She's working her butt. That's a good mom. Doing what a mom is supposed to do. There you go. It wasn't her choice. Had to leave. There you go. Wow. Did all right with you, Ben. There you go. Let's see. Y'all are cracking me up down in the chat. Some of the other stuff that's going on. Not that stuff, but y'all talking about women and their hormones. Okay. All right, let's move on. But this is back to this woman. I feel like this is thirst trap content. There's no reason for her to wear shorts like that in a political ad. She's doing it to get some sort of attention. But she's talking about, it's time for a woman to do this instead of a man, because this is the everybody loves Raymond effect. That men are these blubbering idiots. They don't know how to lead. They don't know how to do this. And it takes a strong woman to do this and that and the other and the third. So basically men are morons, women are better. And that's just not true, but that's what feminism has taught a lot of people. We're just different. We're wired differently because we were given different responsibilities by God. And he's pretty clear about it. Oh, yeah. Come on back whenever you're done, Eric. Let's see. Who you have babies? There you go. Who you have babies with matters. That's right. Let's see. All right. And I'll get to more comments here in a minute. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to talk a little bit, since we're talking about lefties. I think I've stood on the fact that or not the fact, but my assumption, my firm belief that Candace Owens is a lefty. And she's had some recently released stuff that is, let's see. Let's do this. Let me pull this one up here. Sorry. Apparently I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I was trying to find the right clip. The violence and all the mental defective stuff that we're seeing from the left. It's interesting that Candace uses kind of the same, like her Cantifa or her, I call it the Merlot Mafia that's supporting Candace Owens. Dadgummit, my phone. I don't know why I'm still getting notifications. I've got it on, supposed to be on Do Not Disturb. Here we go. Well, this is a messy live stream tonight. Or this afternoon. I apologize. Good grief. Okay, back to it. Like I say, Cantifa or the Merlot Mafia, whatever you want to call it. She's kind of driving them to take the same, I don't want to say violent action, but she is preparing them for some form of a revolution as it pertains to the Tyler Robinson case. Check this out. Listen to this latest clip from her.
Stick this on a Tyler Robinson. This is actually a critical case, by the way. Tyler Robinson's case is critical because it's the final thing before we need to revolt. If we just find out that they can do this, not a shred of evidence have they produced to tie this to Tyler Robinson. Nothing. And I told you when I sat down with Erica, they didn't have anything. They weren't hiding anything. People that were telling you that, there's no, there was nothing. They didn't have more than what was told to the public. If they can just stick this on to a random kid, we got problems. Like, lots of problems. So this is the final thing. If the legal system is also just a joke, I mean, I guess you could say my lawsuit with Brigitte is the same thing, and they're just using it to go after certain people and to protect certain people, which we kind of know that. Like, we don't know, but we know. I think it's going to get ugly in this country. I do. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. But I think it is. I think that's where we're headed.
A lot of people are saying this is her preparing her people for revolt of some sort if Tyler Robinson is found to be guilty, which is what it what's probably going to happen with the evidence, the DNA evidence, and all the things that they've got. But the reason I play this along with other leftists is because her followers do the exact same thing that leftists do, which is they hear her, she says thing, they go repeat thing, but they don't know any of the facts behind it. And you can't tell me I'm wrong on that one. I'm 100% right on that one. I might be wrong on some things, but I'm not wrong on that. And she's saying if what all credible sources believe is actually going to happen, which is that Tyler Robinson is going to be found guilty, she says if that happens, we're in for it's real trouble after that. We're in real trouble after that. So get ready. And her people say, oh yeah, that's it. Candace Owens said thing, I believe thing. I don't do research on my own to see if thing she said is accurate. So yeah, let's get ready to revolt once the legal system actually works itself out and this guy is found to be guilty, which is probably going to happen. I skipped into that one too early because I've got another one about voter ID. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments. Let's see. I'm going to get to some more. Let's pull up a couple of comments because I've got some Scott Jennings I want to go through as well. I'm going a little bit over tonight. Let's see. Benjamin, did you know that kids aren't ever supposed to wake up? Let's see. Merlot. You like that one, did you? The Merlot Mafia. Oh, that's it. There we go. All right, let's do some, I skipped forward. Sorry, I told you tonight was going to be a sloppy one because I threw this together last minute, and it's fine. You guys are bearing with me. Let's go to, I guess this kind of does play into the same lines of what I was talking about before, to the same messaging, and that is the left says thing. So actually, this works perfectly. The left says thing, leftist people believe thing, and you can't convince them otherwise.
There's
Here
an
you go.
argument to be made that red state voters, women, poor
wrong one.
white voters could be just as.
I know you think they're dumb too, don't you?
Young
I mean, that's the thing.
That's the wrong one. Let me play the next one. Here we go. This is the one I actually wanted to play.
What voting rights is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look
What,
at
the SAVE Act?
the SAVE Act,
Are
that's
you
exactly
talking
what we're
SAVE
talking about.
How?
That is
How is-
actually going to continue to
How?
disenfranchise
How?
overwhelmingly a lot of people of color.
How?
There are so many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that it is going to disenfranchise black voters, it's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called
How?
it Jim Crow 2.0.
So,
this is the same president.
how?
If we want to
You
continue...
haven't said how yet.
I am talking about it. It's
How?
the way that you're putting new poll taxes on this when you're making
Poll
people
taxes?
have... That's what we can call them now. It's kind of an idiom, right? If you want to say that people have to prove that they are citizens, that they have to prove with a voter ID, the reality is you're layering what is a constitutional right for the American people and making it harder for people to vote in this country, and it's going to disenfranchise black voters.
Concern you that you're making all these claims? You've yet to lay out how it's hurting anyone, but 76% of black voters think we should show an ID to vote. 80% of Hispanic voters, 83% of the American people. Are you saying that black voters
The
are
SAVE
too
Act
dumb to
isn't
know
just,
what's good for them? I mean,
the
it
SAVE Act
sounds
isn't
pretty,
just about.
it sounds pretty condescending
Just
to
to be
me.
clear, the SAVE Act
You
is
got
not
three-quarters
just
of black
about
voters
IDs.
That is not
who want
right.
voter ID.
Just to be clear, the SAVE Act
that's
is
you're
not
putting
just
words in my
about
mouth.
IDs. The SAVE Act is about
So what?
proof of citizenship.
So what?
It doesn't. I actually.
It also makes it very hard for married women who've changed
I was
their
just going to
last
say.
name.
So there you go. Two things happened. One is he's asking why, or how rather. How is the SAVE Act going to disenfranchise voters? Well, it just is. Well, how? It just is. There have been many studies. What studies? How? Explain to me how this is going to disenfranchise voters. Well, this is what has been said. And then you heard Ana Navarro come in and say, well, it is going to disenfranchise married women. They go back to the same thing. They are people that can't look beyond a headline. It really kind of infuriates me, but this is an epidemic on the left. They just understand headlines. In fact, I was listening to a conversation the other day between some folks who were talking about ICE up in Minneapolis, and they were saying things like, ICE is just going in and dragging people out of their houses. If they have an expedited order of removal, yes, they can go in and get people out of their houses. They are legally allowed to do that. In the same argument, they said, and I wasn't having an argument. I was just listening as a kind of a third party in the whole conversation. They said that they're doing things that are questionably legal. It's like, no, U.S. Code U.S. Code 1834. I forget. I didn't look it up beforehand. Whatever it is, U.S. Code 1835. Whatever the number is, about entering the country illegally, not through a port of entry. All this is illegal. It is illegal, and if it's done within 2 years, you can have an expedited order of removal. Removing the people is not illegal. It's not questionable legal practices, but CNN, MSNBC, ABC, they all say that it is. People hear the headline. They don't want to look beyond the headline. They just heard Donald Trump is bad. And other people make the point that, well, one of the ones they made is they equated what ICE is doing in Minneapolis to the George Floyd riots and not to the George Floyd riots, but to the storyline after the George Floyd riots, where they said, well, this is a response to police randomly killing black men in the streets in massive numbers and da-da-da-da-da. And they don't look at the stats. The Manhattan Institute did a study back in 2020, post-George Floyd, where they looked at all the numbers. And the numbers show that there's a 0.00002% chance of an unarmed black man being shot by police. Out of 49 million interactions that year, there were 14 unarmed black men shot. There were 25 unarmed white men shot. So it's a 0.00005% chance that a white man is going to be shot. And that's out of all 49 million, roughly 49 million police interactions. So to say that there's some epidemic of it, the average American believes it because these people repeat it. The DNC repeats it. The DNC says it. Democrat politicians say it. And even the newscasters on these news outlets repeat it. They are no better than your average Merlot Mafia member of Cantifa. Right? That's the same thing. So the same thing that happens on the left can easily happen to us on the right, I would say the right, by these disruptors, people like Candace and Tucker and other folks. They just hear it and repeat it and say, well, it's got to be true because Candace has millions of followers. She can't be right or can't be wrong. She's got to be right. We can't be that stupid. We're not. But when we come across people, we have to educate them and say, I'm sorry, that stat's wrong. And we got to keep those stats in our back pockets.
Talked about this before. It's not, it actually, there's an argument to be made that red state voters, women, poor white voters could be just as...
I know, you think they're dumb too, don't you?
Yeah,
I mean, that's the thing.
Nobody
I hear these arguments. I've heard Democrats all week long.
No, please don't. No, you listen.
There's a deflection from talking about Donald Trump's racism.
I'm actually
right there.
You should be thinking about your constituents or your
Yeah, I think they're smart enough to figure out how to register to vote.
Hold on. Most Americans don't have a passport. Many Americans don't have access to their birth certificate. Many women...
Can I be clear about something? I did this because I couldn't find my birth certificate. I went down to the county court and I gave them my driver's license. They looked me up because they've got a record of it. It took them, I waited 10 minutes. The sweet little lady in there, chewing on a mint, she said, honey, I'll get you I can get yours. Just wait a minute. I'll get your birth your birth certificate's printed out for you. Don't you worry. And this is in East Tennessee. And yeah, that's it. Took a little while. I paid whatever it was, $20 or not even that. It might have been $15. I got like 4 copies of my birth certificate. They're saying that people are too stupid to do it. This is what they believe. It was just like when we were playing the Ami Horowitz interview where they're saying black people can't do this, black people can't do that. It is so easy to do. But if you're too dumb to do it, I'm kind of okay with you not voting in our national elections.
The majority of women who change their names for marriage have to provide additional proof that they've changed their legal names in order to register to vote.
I have heard Democrats
Scott,
make these same
why don't you actually
arguments.
respond to the substance of what I'm saying?
I am. And
as
the substance
opposed
is this.
to making this about something that it's not.
You're saying,
it's not just about voter ID.
married
It's
women,
also about
black
who has
voters,
access
and rural people
to...
are too stupid to figure out how to register to vote.
No, that's not.
That is not what
Democrats have
she
been
said.
making
That
this
is
argument all
so
week. It's
offensive.
crazy.
That is not what she said.
Are you saying they can't figure out how to vote?
Let me offer.
Are you saying they can't figure out how to vote?
This is the exact same argument.
I really like Scott Jennings. I do. There's a girl I knew that does parody videos of a court clerk in the South, and they are the funniest. I've seen hers, and she is okay. I have to put this up. I have seen her, and that is East Tennessee. I think she's doing Georgia is maybe her thing, but oh my goodness, they are hysterical. absolutely hysterical, but they are absolutely right. That's how they are. Oh, honey, how are you doing today? Oh, sure, I got you taken care of. Yeah, you need to. I'm gonna need to find that lady. Let's see if I can find her. I wonder if she's on X, because one of those would probably be funny to listen to. I'm gonna play one more clip, and then I'm gonna get to some more comments here. Let's see. Still. Gosh, I pulled a ton of clips for tonight, or for today. I keep saying tonight. I'm used to doing this later in the day. Well, dadgummit. Let's see if I can find it. County clerk. I wonder if she is on X. Yeah, here's one. Every county clerk in the South. Oh, it's so accurate. Here we go.
Go ahead and get you signed in, hon. Fill that out. Seems like I ain't seen you in a while. That's what I was thinking, too. Don't even worry about filling all this out. I don't even know why they put that stuff on there. It's like busy work. I've been eating a lot better. And then I told Bradley he better watch out. Hold on. Clerk's office is Patsy. Well, how are you? No. Oh, I ain't doing much. I'd like to get paid to sit here and be pretty. Lord, honey, this has been expired for a year. I might be able to change that. If anybody asks, I didn't say it, though. They're getting real strict about it. Hey, you can't bring that dog in here, honey. She does. She wants to bring that dog everywhere she goes. Oh, here comes trouble. Stay away. You look cold. You okay? It's almost lunch. Come on, have me some chicken salad.
Oh my gosh. She does a great job. She's got a whole bunch of them. Yeah, you need to find it on Instagram. County clerk, I think that's what it is. Bless your heart, honey. Oh gosh. Okay, that's the link you just posted. Yeah. Oh, and okay, North Alabama as well, or Northeast Alabama. Oh yeah, you know how it is. You get down below the Mason-Dixon line, and people can get real sweet or they get real mean. You got two options. Oh gosh. Oh, that's great. Okay, I'm glad y'all mentioned that one. I completely forgot about that. Okay.
Go ahead and get you signed in.
All right, let's see. I think I've about covered all the ones. I've got ones like this guy. He's they elected him sheriff in North Carolina. The guy doesn't even know which branch of the government he works for. I don't even know if you saw this one. It's just random stupidity.
Position as the highest law enforcement officer in the county. Would that be a fair description?
That's correct.
Okay. And as such, you made reference earlier that you're a constitutional office. My colleague made reference that there are constitutional divisions amongst responsibilities between us and you. What branch of government do you operate under?
Mecklenburg County.
What branch of government do you operate under, Sheriff?
Constitution of the United States.
Correct. That is what establishes the branches of government. I'm asking which branch you fall under.
Mecklenburg County. I'm a duly sworn Mecklenburg County Sheriff. We answer to the people of Mecklenburg County.
This was not where I was anticipating getting stuck. Are you aware of how many branches of government there are?
No.
My Lord.
For the sake of debate, I will move on and say there are 3 branches of government: legislative, executive, judicial. Of those 3, which do you believe you fall under?
I believe I fall under the last one.
Would you say it to me?
Judicial.
Okay. You are incorrect, sir. You fall under the executive.
It's like, is that real? It's real. It actually happened. This is he's the sheriff of the Charlotte sheriff, Gary McFadden. It's like, what in the world are we seeing right now? The people that we're putting into office, from the politicians to sheriff is an elected position. What branch of the government are you under? I don't have any idea. I don't even know how many branches there are. All I know, oh, good gracious. Whew. Wow. Okay. Under the brand of it's got more. Oh, wow. Well, guys, okay, that's all I have got. Let me see if I've got any comments that I haven't got to. I've been getting to all your comments, as you all are leaving them. And I know this is a departure from what I normally do, but I get a chuckle out of it. There's some serious stuff to talk about with it as well, but I find it interesting. It floods my feed. I guess you could say I'm addicted to it. So here we are. Let's see. Macabre, isn't that what she said? I posted that in an X post here recently. I think it was Gary from Paramount had posted it, and I said she put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable, which is from I forget what movie it was from. I think it was a Julia Roberts movie. What was that movie? I just remember that line from it. You put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Oh wow. The Candace trying to read stuff is actually hilarious too. She says, keep watching, it gets worse. It's cringe, isn't it? It was so cringe. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Whoa, let's see. Comments. Oh yeah, Ben, you made a comment. It's nice being a mod over here. Yeah, I made some of you guys mods because I haven't had any, and you guys keep coming back. I was like, if I'm going to have it, I'm going to have people that I trust. Casey, I was trying to make you one, but it wouldn't let me. Let's see. For whatever reason. Yeah, Scott Jennings is the man. Boy, you got that right. He's, again, I know I repeat myself on this one, but he is in the right spot. He's in the right place to be making CNN panels look like blithering idiots. It definitely serves its purpose, and I'm okay with it. Yeah. I could probably find some of those funny Candace clips. You guys probably see them in your feed, but I'm going to play them. I might see if I can find some. Candace, let's see if there's any new ones from Candace Can't Read. Candace Trying to Read. Candace Trying to Read. Let's see.
When she was like at home in the fetal condition. Nope, she was in the office every day. I assumed.
Oh, this is a long one.
They are more satiating, so you won't find yourself uncontrollably binging. They are more satiating so that you won't find yourself uncontrollably binging. The beef tallow makes the chips much more satiating, so you won't find yourself uncontrollably binging. Flavors of masa chips are their habanero, and their snacking on masa chips is nothing like eating regular chips. With masa, you feel satisfied, light, and energetic. There's no crash, flavors of masa chips are gross, sluggish feeling afterward. More satiating. And because these chips are made with real food, they are more satiating. Favorite flavors of masa chips are uncontrollably binging and still feeling hungry. In the video description, easiest way to visit beef tallow makes the chips much more satiating. Flavors of
I still can't imagine that her crew doesn't correct her on these things. It's like, come on, you got. She's got to have a bunch of yes men and women working for her. Like they just say, "Oh, Candace, you're the greatest. You're the best. You're the best, Candace." Not that, hey, you mispronounced 12 words in this segment. Let's go through and maybe get you a color-coded dictionary or something. Do I need to be a member? No, you don't. You're talking about for being a moderator? No, you don't need to be a member. It's for, I have no idea why. Unless it's maybe something in public posting or something. I don't know. I tried to add yours. I copied your username to make you a mod as well. But I'm not exactly sure what it is. So that guy really got himself in quite a kerfluffle, quite a debacle. There's so many of them. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Golly. Okay. All right, guys, I think I've gotten to all the comments. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for bearing with me through this different format of a show. I find it entertaining. And sometimes you got to do what makes you chuckle. It's the old saying, you got to laugh to keep from crying. And I get the leftist stuff kind of makes me laugh. Even though I admit there's a mental health crisis. I don't know. Okay. Satiating. Yeah, that's what she was saying. Oh, all right, guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Friday night. Have a happy Valentine's Day with your loved one tomorrow. Go easy on your husbands if they didn't go all out on Valentine's Day, even though they should tell you how much they love you. And husbands, be good to your wives on Valentine's Day. All right, y'all have a great night, and I will see you. Planning to do another one tomorrow. Be tomorrow evening. God bless you guys. God bless America. We'll see you in the next episode. Oh, sorry, Ben. I got to put that one up. There you go. That's a great one to end on. Love being here. Love having you guys here. It's awesome. It's awesome. Have a great night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.